Hello everyone, it's that time of day again. Time for your daily weather update with WX Ninja. And subscribe, click the bell icon for more if you want to get updates on when I put out a weather video. Alright, so here's what's going on right now. Kind of cool out west, cool in this little part of the country with a little bit of snow here in Nebraska and Kansas. Got a system moving off the east coast, pretty cold over there. Upper 30s, lower 40s. So chilly, rainy day, a little bit of snow. Let's take a look at Thanksgiving because that's what everyone cares about, right? So this is the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. Some snow out west, a little bit in the Great Lakes region. Let's go forward to Thanksgiving Day. Still got a pretty big system out west. Snow down into Texas and Oklahoma, a fair amount. So going to be snowy across parts of the west and a little bit of the northeast New England states there. So if you're traveling on Thanksgiving Day, you can expect some snow, be some airport delays, a little rough traveling in spots. Just be prepared for that. Let's take a look at the 500 millibar heights. This kind of tells us where the higher pressure and lower pressure is going to be, warm and cold. You can see it digs a nice trough out in the west, which is why we're going to see that snowstorm out west. As we go forward into time, here's Wednesday. That trough is getting stronger out in the west. Now we're getting into Thanksgiving Day, a little warmer than average on the east, or higher heights, so a little bit warmer than average, and then trough still in the west there for all of Thanksgiving Day. Now let's look at the pretty picture low and high and precipitation. So here's Wednesday. See that storm up north and the one moving on to the west coast. So go forward in time to Wednesday. See the system setting up. Looks like there'll be some ice in Texas and Oklahoma as well. As we get into Thanksgiving Day, you see where the snow is going to be, the rain. Another strong low off the east coast. Going to bring some snow up to the north there, rain in the south, and snow out west. So it's going to be a pretty interesting travel day for a fair amount of the country. So be prepared. All right, let's go back to the beginning here. Let's look at the snow forecast. So here's today, some snow in the central part of the U.S. and some snow out in the New England states, a little bit there. Falling in tomorrow, this moves off to the east. This is for Monday, a little bit of snow out west, a little bit of snow in the east. Nothing too major anywhere. System in the west gets a bit stronger, a little more widespread. See some 7-inch totals there. And then it kind of dies down. This is the Wednesday before Thanksgiving again. Here's the Thanksgiving Day snow forecast. Here's your Black Friday, snow sticking around in the west, Four Corners region there. Going to be a snowy one. Bundle up if you're going shopping. All right, as we move into Saturday, November 30th, that system just kind of sits there, maybe spreads a little more north and east. Then it heads off to the north, some heavier snow up there in the Dakotas and Minnesota, some snow out west. Getting pretty far out in time. This gives us a general idea of the pattern. We'll see how this sticks. Snow in the west moves across the central part of the country. And same kind of deal. Now we're losing resolution, so the map's not as good, but they're thinking snow out west maybe, moving across the country. All right, now let's go into the heights here. So we've been watching this to see if it's going to dig a trough out in the west, which we do see around Thanksgiving Day. See another low moving up off the east coast. Here comes that strong digging, bringing in colder air from the north. Then we see the higher pressure, or higher heights, I should say, kind of try to develop in the west this time, rather than keeping the flow just out of the north. Strong cold pool. Moving to the eastern part of this country for early December. A little bit of a cold pool goes down into Texas, and then you see another cold pool off the west coast. So the models are flip-flopping back and forth, trying to decide on what's going to happen. How much higher pressure is going to be out west? Or is this going to be further to the west, which is retrograding, and let more cold air come down and invade the U.S.? So that's kind of what we're watching to see what this model is going to kind of lock into. It keeps going back and forth. It's not real sure, so you just kind of keep an eye on it and see. All right, so let's watch those pretty low and highs move to the U.S. See the one moving off the east coast. Some rain moving up. East coast, a little bit of ice with the colder air left behind. We'll have to see how that works out for the New England states. Another strong low, 986 millibar. That's pretty strong for this Sunday. Heads off, going to do the same kind of deal. Snow behind it. A little bit of snow out west in the central part of the U.S. See a stronger low up in Canada. Rain and mountain snow moving on to the west coast for Tuesday. Here comes Wednesday, right about now. If you are traveling on Wednesday, it's going to be snowy here around the central part of the U.S. up into the Great Lakes region. A little bit of leftover snow out west. Slow ejects off to the northeast. See that rain and snow coming. The ice we talked about for Thanksgiving Day. Parts of Oklahoma. Looks like it has it turn into rain pretty quick, but we'll see how that works out. The big snowstorm in the west for Thanksgiving Day. This is Black Friday. Some heavier snow in the Four Corner region. That kind of combines with some rain and moves off to the east in the central part of the U.S. Stronger system coming onto the west coast December 1st here. Talk about another ice and snow event for the New England states. A little bit of snow out west. Al tries to head off to the eastern part of the country. It's a strong low again for the New England states. They're getting pretty strong lows on the east coast right now. I'll have to see if that continues. Here we see some more snow moving across the northern part of the country as that low develops. And look at that. Gonna get more snow in the New England states. So if you like snow and move over there, it looks like it's going to stay pretty active. Look at how it's warmer in the west now. Strong digging trough on the eastern part of the U.S. Kind of what we've been seeing all fall. It's what the models are sticking with pretty much. You know, just that one shot of colder air out west, really. Now we're way out in time, but we're just kind of taking a look at the overall pattern. Same kind of deal, some snow and ice. We'll have to see if that develops into anything. Be another strong system for the New England states. Some heavy rain down through Texas and Louisiana. All right, let's move on to the last thing. Our temperatures, departure from average on the temperatures. Darker colors, they represent the colder than average. So you see it kind of divides the country in two almost. Warmer up here, warmer on the east coast. This is right now. Here's tomorrow. You see it's a little warmer than average almost everywhere. Just a few pockets of cooler than average. Get into Sunday, warmer than average for a large part of the country. For Monday, you see that cold pool start to develop out in the west. And then it gets stronger because we saw that trough digging out west here and kind of higher pressure off to the east. Cold air continues to evade. This is Wednesday, day before Thanksgiving. You see how it stays kind of cool out here, getting ready for that snow. Here's the snow back in the New England states. Black Friday, you see colder on the east, a little bit cooler than average on the west, and then kind of warmer in the central part of the U.S. That moves off to the east. The cold pool just kind of stays here and stays here. So kind of divides the country here with warm in the middle. December 1st, same kind of deal, but this moves off the east coast a little more. And that colder than average weather sticks out to the west. And then that starts to move off to the east. So, as we said, it's going to be a little stormy for Thanksgiving holiday this year. But this is the main thing we look at is the heights, because they kind of give us the overall view of what type of weather may be coming. And they're talking about, you know, as you see here comes the cold pool developing for the west coast. But then they're going back and forth on where this high pressure out west is going to set up. Is going to go back after this and set into the pattern we're kind of in now, where it's a little bit warmer and drier than average on the west coast, and the east has been getting the snow and the northern states have been getting the snow. I just see that big cold pool for the beginning of December right there. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see what this model settles in on. If it, locks into more of a pattern. Is it going to keep this cool air around and keep digging out, allowing the colder air to come down from Alaska? Or is it going to bring the higher pressure closer to the west coast, keeping us warm and dry on the west coast, while those of us in the east coast get snow. So it's going to be interesting to see what this settles in on. It keeps kind of flip-flopping back and forth. So we'll just keep an eye on it. And again, we're just trying to get general pattern ideas. Obviously, you can't nail down a forecast, 10, 15 days out in time. Really anything over about 5 days starts to get pretty inaccurate. So you got to just keep an eye when you see people with clickbait forecasts of, oh, foot of snow coming for Thanksgiving. I mean, we really don't even know the forecast for Thanksgiving 100% yet. We're starting to get a general idea, but just be careful when you see those kind of videos or news stories. Anything over about 5 days is an educated guess at best. All right, this is WX Ninja. Again, if you're interested, subscribe and click the bell icon, and you will get my videos as soon as they come out. All right, take care, everyone.